It would seem that there should be some kind of swift flushing out of the system by a rational principle. Doesn't matter which one. See, now we don't know how much our issue is a leadership problem and how much our issue is deeper. Well, we're never going to get to the bottom of those questions. Let's say that we're deep in the democratic experiment. Or let's say that we're deep in the experiment of Western individualism. See, now everybody just tries to get a reading on some zeitgeist, I think. Zeitgeist. The time of the spirit, or the spirit of the time. What do we think of the word Geist, spirit? I don't know. Hey, go ask Hegel. There are, like, I guess, democratic cliches. I mean, look, America is just one big cliche, isn't it? And now we get thrown into dramatic situation and we're supposed to behave in a dramatic way. We're supposed to say dramatic, profound, democratic things. And we're supposed to know the Declaration and the Constitution and Federalist Papers by heart. And hopefully we know some of the legislation. We're supposed to know, for example, the history of the First Amendment. Apparently, the First Amendment only gets going the way that we understand it by Oliver Wendell Holmes and Brandeis. Oliver Wendell Holmes is the one that came with the zinger about yelling fire. in a theater, in a crowded theater. Surely, I mean, I don't know, I don't remember the verbatim, but surely our theory, he says, is not going to permit not going to permit somebody to just yell fire in a theater. Our theory of free speech. Well, isn't there response time? What if somebody shouts gun in a scuffle, like in Minneapolis? Somebody shouts gun. Instead of fire in a crowded theater. The example of gun is, I think, I was thinking yesterday, there's got to be some proximity to immunity to error by misidentification arguments. Same way as ouch. It's hard to be mistaken about ouch. It's hard to be mistaken about gun! Exclamation point. So, I mean, from the Justice Oliver Wendell Holmes' way of arguing, we want to know about exactly how much time we have to resolve the discussion. So to what degree does the openness of speech depend on time? I know for a fact that there's no way for me to have a debate with anybody as long as they have enough time on their hands. Because I have all the time in the world. So, suppose somebody says to me, no, you're wrong about the First Amendment, Dimitri, because you didn't read Federalist number whatever. All right. Tell me. So then I'll listen to what you have to say about Federalist whatever. The point is not who's right and who's wrong. The point is the truth. And you need a dialectic to get you there. There's no such thing as solipsistic, armchair speculation truth. The only truth that you can find has to be mediated by other people. I mean, look, there's solitary truth, soliloquy, poetry, reverie, private memories. But when we're dealing in an intersubjective space, where there are people involved and we have to cooperate. Objectivity is the definition of that. Objectivity is more than one person. If you have one person, it's subjective. If you have one person, it's subjective. If you have more than one person, it's objective. If you have to somehow coordinate for that group of people. So I guess it's a bit counterintuitive, but I guess in order to destroy arguments the way I'm talking about, you have to have all the time in the world. And you have to be willing to be wrong. Like, I kind of don't really understand what actually unfolded there between Tone Loc and Tim Miller and Piers Morgan, because everybody just kind of like lost their composure. And, Tone Loc clearly didn't know anything. So, but the problem is, losing, it gets heated. That's the problem. I mean, one of the problems that political rhetoric gets heated, especially now. I mean, and it's only going to get more heated. I mean, get ready for some dialectical fireworks. I'm pushing like crazy for the fireworks to be dialectical. Dialectical. And that means we need lots of people to make withering arguments.